time to rise and shine. I'm Shelby Barrett, the Stoned for the Stoned Roadie Show, and it's time to wake and bake with Craig Reed and Griff Martin.
When we get up in the morning, along with coffee, toast, and cake, if you're like the old Stoned Roadie, you like to wake and bake. Now let's join Craig Reed and Griff Martin as we head out on the road. So sit right back and buckle right in. It's a wake and bake morning show. It's a wake and bake morning show. It's a wake and bake morning show. Good morning.
It's the Stoned Roadie Show, podcast 131, Morning Buzz Wake and Bake number 15, action. Well, good morning, fellow Earthlings. It is Wednesday, the 14th of February, 2024, and it is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and isn't it a good day to be alive? Except for Griff. He's been up all night with a toothache. So tell us about what's going on here this morning, Griff.
Yeah, I'm trying to muddle through this one because I got this tooth. Anyway, it's missing tooth in there. When I was going out to see Joey Davis, that was back in September, I broke a damn tooth, and I actually had it stuck in my gum, and I did that whole trip up there, interviewed him with that broken tooth in there, and then I came back, and they've been working on it with it, putting an implant in, and not only does it cost a lot of money, it ain't no fun, because they drill and put an anchor in there and everything. So they went in there and put the abutment in and sewed it up. So I'm waiting on them to do the permanent tooth. Anyway, so we'll make it through that. Yeah, Craig, I was noticing our subscriptions are up, man. Thanks to everybody who has been subscribing. It jumped up like 200. Of course, Craig was on the radio show, and then we had Leslie Hawkins, and that kind of helped things out. But what you got going? You got some donations or something to talk about, don't you, Craig?
Oh, yeah. We did bump our subscription. Got rented lips this morning here. We did bump our subscriptions up about 300 or so. We did that radio show. I did that radio show out there in California, and it was a biker radio show. And so then we bumped our subscriptions up, but Griff said we had some complaints that they agreed with everything we were saying on the podcast, except they didn't like Trump very much. And I guess, I can't imagine that the bikers would be introverts, but if that's where the negative against Trump was coming from, that would be, I can't imagine, because it's a bunch of introverts. In my opinion, I don't know. I'm kind of an extrovert. Us extroverts, we can make fun of ourselves, and laugh at ourselves. But boy, them introverts, they keep everything inside them, man. They just, they can't handle somebody that expresses themselves and stuff. So I can see where they wouldn't like Trump. He's pretty much of a extrovert, too. But anyways, yeah, I want to, thank everybody for subscribing, and how did I get off on that one? But anyways, yeah, I do. We did get a couple of donations. We got this one here, Brian Madsen. He donated $100. But he specified that 50 of that go to Leslie, and 50 of it to go to Gene Odom. So,
Craig, let's give it a Kurt Custer drum roll. Yeah, old Kurt Custer on Facebook, they're drumming it up. So somebody else, and then you you got
And then,
some.
well, wait, I got Billy Lutris. He donated $50, but that's for. He said he wanted one of those stickers, But I guess he didn't catch the second part where we said we was gonna give those stickers away for $25. We was gonna cut the price in half since we got 100 of them instead of 20 or so. So yeah, so Billy, I'll be sending you 2 of those stickers, and we really appreciate that. That'll go to the general fund. The general fund only up to about $310 or something right now, and then Gene Odom's got like $75 coming, and then Leslie just got another $50 more toward hers. So yeah, we'll move on away from the donations. What else we got to talk about this morning?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Kenny Phillips for that interview that I did, and everybody really liked. There's a lot of great comments about Kenny. He was a great guy. He had a lot of stuff. That guy's got so much stuff in his head. It was hard for us to keep it straight. I mean, he's got everything written down there, but the poor guy, I mean, he's got dates and everything, and it's just we need to get him back on again because he wasn't finished, and so I'll talk to him. But he donated that that shirt, My Grass is Blue, and that dobro, I need to find out a little bit more specific about what he'll tell me about where that came from, because we're going to be auctioning that off, and we want to make sure we get top dollar for that. So I'm gonna talk to Kenny again about that. And Kenny, thanks, man, for coming on. Another thing, while I was down there too, Craig, and he reminded me that about Jim Morrison of the Doors was born in Melbourne, Florida, and I was right by there. Of course, I used to live in Melbourne, but I went over there and I videotaped where Jim Morrison spent the first years of his life. I videotaped that house. I'll put that on the end of this podcast here, Craig, and you guys can take a look at that. It's really short. And then, speaking of the donations, Craig, didn't you say that people have mailed you stuff and the mails is like really running slow?
Yeah. My sister sent me something for my birthday. She sent me. She sends me these things for my wrist here. She sent me this one here. It's pretty cool. She sent me these other ones, the Stone Roadie ones and stuff too.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, she sent that, and then she sent me a check for $200. I said, Gail, I'm not gonna cash that doggone check for you. She's a lot older than me. She's like 87 years old or something like that, 88, maybe even older than that. But she's been buying me Christmas and birthday presents since I was a baby. I said, Gail, we're kind of grown out of that. I don't want to take money from you no more. And she's going, you take that money from me. And I told her I wasn't going to cash the check, but it just came today, and she's been calling me for the last a few days going, did you get my card yet? Because it's been over 2 weeks. She lives in California.
Oh God.
Yeah. Thanks for
but she's not a liberal, right?
No.
Yeah, those people that were making the comments too about, they didn't like Mr. T. It's okay. If you don't like Mr. T, you can still watch the podcast. But if you like Mr. B, get the hell off of here.
Oh God!
Yeah. So anyway, Greg,
I guess Camellia is saying that she's ready to take over. I guess old Joe, he's screwed up so bad that he just got one foot in the grave and one foot in the banana peel.
Well, it's kind of obvious what they're doing. They're sending all that money over there to Kuwait, so they can steal it back. And then they're going to end the dollar system and go to the digital currency. So they got to steal out of it as hard as they can before they do that. But that's just in my biased opinion. Craig always used to say that. And when I first met Craig and he was on Facebook, he would make a fat shaming comment. And then at the end, it was always in my biased opinion.
In my personal biased opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, let me show these two pictures here. First, here's we're always talking about Dave the Disciple. There's a picture of me and Dave the Disciple down there at the memorial service. He's the one that sends us all this stuff, cool stuff to auction away and give away and do with what we want to with it. You know, that's me and Dave the Disciple.
Let me tell you about Dave, Craig. He just recently printed off like a couple hundred Stone Roadie brochures. He's been going to stores and bars and all kinds of places. And I mean, he's a true disciple. He really is. And then I'll get a box in the mail. What you got? Cousin Figel's bike?
Yeah, Cousin Figel's Harley Davidson. Me and him was talking about this today. And I guess he gave this picture to Brian, and it was hanging down in the studio. And I didn't know whose it belonged to. And I said, "Oh, I remember that picture of that bike down and hanging in the studio at 81A, where I put Alan's hot rod together." Yeah, that's a pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that was
cool
you
thing,
were gonna end up, talking to Figel, and here you had that picture in there the whole time.
Yeah. Cousin Figel's not doing so good these days. He says his kidneys are hurting him pretty bad. He says he's not going to go do the chemo or nothing like that. He just don't want to deal with that. So
God bless you, cuz, for everything you do for us, man. Everything you do.
He's the one that he's the one that's
now, cuz, I wish you wouldn't have done that.
Sent me these kazoos. He told me this story about he went to a concert once. I forget who the band was, but they gave away a bag of weed and a kazoo to everybody. So now he associates a kazoo with the rock and roll. I don't know what the deal was, but it's pretty funny. I've been getting a kick out of this. I can't get a rooster crow out of a kazoo. It ain't happening. I'm getting better.
Yeah, he was practicing earlier, and I kind of got a headache, from this dental thing, and so it's killing me. Moving right along. Yeah. Anything else you got, Craig, as far as donations?
Somebody told me that they liked my kazoo playing the other day on the podcast. I was trying to play, and then somebody else said that they said, "Are you really a pilot?" I said, "I didn't know you were a pilot. I want to go for a ride with you sometime." After I said, "Yeah, I like to fly to Pittsburgh and put it on autopilot and smoke a couple bowls," and then I realize I'm there and I gotta come back on the throttle and pull down the full flaps and hit the landing gear and try to come down there a little over 200 and try to land it.
Because it's not really
they still
common.
wanted to ride with me.
It's not really common to crash twice in your life, but Artimus has crashed 4 times.
When you do it on a simulator, though, it's a lot easier on you. You still get that rush, though, landing them like that, though. It's kind of cool. I like to land like that. I got it set so that I got to land pretty severe before I hurt the landing gear enough to where it disables the plane. If I didn't, I'd have to start over a whole bunch of times.
Well, it's a good thing they don't make you take some.
I know when it's a good landing
in
a back. I know when it's a good landing in a bad landing. I don't need the plane to break for me to have to quit and start over.
Well, they fixed the plane right away. The plane gets fixed right away. Yeah, we had a couple comments and questions. Somebody was asking a couple podcasts back. I think it was back when we showed the best of with Steve Reynolds, and they were asking how the Hell House burned down, and I happen to know the story. Now, Gene Odom told me how that Hell House burned down, and he told me not to tell it, but I think enough time's gone by. Maybe I can. I don't know. It's not a good story. From what I heard, Craig, was that, and I won't name the name, but I think some kids like got molested in that Hell House or something, and they grew up and came back, and they didn't have fond memories of it. Is what I heard, which is not a good ending for the Hell House. So we don't want to think about too much about that. But that's what I heard. And then actually, I think the guy that owned that property tried
That
to
property
build.
right there behind me.
Yeah, he tried to build
Yeah,
another.
the Hell House was right there behind my chairs, right where the Hell House
Did
was.
you take that picture, Craig?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last time I was down there. Yeah.
Which it was already a neighborhood by then. And,
Yeah, well, that was when we went down there in the boat. Well, we
yeah,
were
the property that the Hell House is on has since been bought, and I wouldn't doubt it if they aren't putting a house on there right now, like right where the
yeah,
Hell
probably.
House is.
Yeah, this is an older. This is what it looked like before they was just a bare lot. That's where the Hell House was, right there.
Yeah. So to answer that question, it got burned down by a couple kids or some kids, and that's just hearsay. It could be bullshit for all I know. But that's what Gene heard. And I'm not saying, Gene's telling a fib or anything, because Gene really did hear that. So,
And there's my post office box and my Gmail address.
Yeah, anybody wants to send a donation, there you go.
Anybody needs to ask about those stickers or anything you want to know about the Stoned Roadie show, all the ski information y'all want to know, right there on the board behind me. That's all of it right there. Craig Reed, P.O. Box 442, Green, Ohio 44232, or the Stoned Roadie at gmail.com. You can get us anywhere in there.
Yeah, and then another question was asked. Was Lynyrd Skynyrd friends with Molly Hatchet? I think Danny Joe Brown, he knew Ronnie, didn't he?
When I got down to Jacksonville and right at the beginning, January 1st, 1974, we were busy with Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I don't know who they really knew or how well they knew him or anything like that before I got there. During Alan Collins' band or Morrison and Collins' band, like I said one time, me and Alan were in the Oldsmobile that he gave me. And he was telling me to ram that he saw Dave Lubeck in his Corvette, and he was going, ram him, just ram him, I'll pay for it, just ram him. And he was serious. But I don't, so they obviously had known each other a while, but I don't know how well. Ronnie, kind of took him on. Ronnie kind of took Molly Hatchet under his wing and kind of nursed them up to where they got, just trying to make it. And, Gary and Alan were going, what are you messing with them for? And he said, well, they're not really that good, but they're really hungry. They really want it bad, and I guess he was impressed by that, so. And that's about all I know about that situation with Molly Hatchet. I don't know how.
Yeah, I think Kenny mentioned that a little something about that, and that's why maybe that question was asked. But that Danny Joe Brown, he was quite a colorful character. From what I understand, he had really bad diabetes. And Gene
He left his bag of diabetes medicine and everything in my room one night.
Oh,
and
wow.
I had to hunt him down and tell him where it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what ended up killing him. But Gene said he was a great guy. He said he was really a great guy.
Yeah, he was a real nice guy.
But rest in peace, Danny Joe Brown, and that's what we have for as far as Skynyrd and Hatchet goes. And then your old buddy Timothy Harner. I've been getting some texts from him, Craig, and he's that guy. He was Gary's friend, and he was actually took care of Gary's horse.
Timmy. Yeah.
He says he wants to come to your house and bring a surprise guest if he can get her to come, and it would be a Stone Roadie exclusive. If he
I think I talked to him about taking him to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, there's been a lot of people wanting to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with me this year.
Yeah. Yeah. So and he was he was talking about the boat because I'm redoing my boat that I got, and it's going to be Bad Company too. And he was talking about what happened to of course Kenny Phillips said that the boat ended up, Larry Junstrom had it, but he said that that when the plane crashed, Gary bought out Ronnie's half and donated it before they went out west. So it went to like the Boys and Girls Club. That's where the boat ended up. It got donated by Gary Rossington. So anybody wanting to know what happened to the boat, Bad Company, that's what happened to it. It got donated by Gary Rossington. Yeah. So, and then I wanted to mention about Oliver Anthony. He's doing a pretty good tour, and I just actually was in touch with Joey Davis, the guitar player for Oliver Anthony. So you guys go in there and check out Oliver Anthony, and we want to promote those guys. And Craig just had on his Facebook Joey Davis playing Freebird, which Jimmy Wooten sent that to you, right, Craig?
Yeah. Jimmy Wooten owns the property where Joey Davis lives. Yeah.
Joey Davis owns the property. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Wooten owns it where Joey lives. Yeah, and it was really cool interviewing Joey Davis, and I don't remember what number that was, but I tell you what I'll do. I'll put that Jim Morrison house visit, and then I'll at the end of this I'll put the Freebird copy that Joey Davis did when I went up and saw him there in Virginia, and that was pretty cool. He did that. He did Freebird, but he did it with an electric guitar. On this one that was on Craig's page, he did that with an acoustic, which was really cool. So so that's basically all I got there, Craig. I'm about ready to sign off on this one, man.
Yeah, you're kind of in pain. Yeah, you were saying, come on, let's get this going. Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, like that, and it's you didn't get much sleep and everything, and you got that damn nagging tooth. But I'll be better on the next one, I'm sure. I'll be up to par.
I'm gonna go jump in my Cessna 152 out in the backyard here and take a little putt around the neighborhood.
Yeah, one more thing I want to mention before we go is Kent Griffith, man. Hey, thanks a lot for staying in touch, buddy. He offered me a room up in Jacksonville. Anytime I'm up there, I can stay with him free of charge, and I'm going to be doing some interviews with him. This guy is you guys got to stay in touch, and he's got all kinds of some new stuff he wants to break loose. So we'll talk more about him. All right, Craig, that's all I got, man.
All right, man. Until the next time on Stone Roadie Show. This has been your host, the Stone Roadie, aka Craig Reed, and the host Griff Martin, aka the Rockin' Scientist, also known as Griff the Baptist. And until Friday morning, well, that's it for this morning, and we'll just call that a wrap. Cut.
Okay, on the road with Griff Martin, and I was just talking to Kenny Phillips earlier, and I thought I'd swing by the old homestead of Jim Morrison of the Doors. Used to live in Melbourne, Florida, and it's a very windy Melbourne, Florida. I hope this is not too windy to see this, but just wanted to show you guys while I'm here Jim Morrison's old home. And as you can see, they've fixed it up quite a bit. There's probably people that come by here all the time. I'm just going to step over here and excuse the wind. They have some photos of Jim Morrison in the window here. Don't want to piss anybody off, but there you can barely see Jim Morrison in the window. And just think, Jim Morrison walked through the door of this home as a little kid. How cool is that? Childhood home of Jim Morrison, Melbourne, Florida. On the road with Griff Martin.
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? I must be traveling on now. There's too many places I gotta see. If I stay here with you, squirrel, things just couldn't be the same. I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. This bird you cannot change. Yeah, this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change. Like my baby, it's been a sweet love. This feeling I can't change. Please don't take it so badly. Lord knows I'm to blame. If I'd stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. Oh, and this bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change.